Hey everybody, my name is Rydo, and we will be spotlighting the Titan Souls prototype Redux. I guess that's the name of the free demo. Not gonna do a series on Titan Souls because, in particular, I just don't have time. I'm spending all the month uh, of April playing Hearthstone. It's silly, I know. Tap A to roll, hold A to run, press B to fire. So, yes, I have lots of other series that are being released. I've got lots of other games I'm recording. Maybe I'll come back to Titan Souls, but I doubt it. Because I'm just so busy. Plus, this game I think is going to be a little hard. This has been described by one sensational journalist, at least, as a cross between Demon Souls and what is it? Not Clash of the Titan. Colossus. It's a very famous Sony game with giant bosses and throughout a landscape, and that's all you do. And I don't remember the name of it. It's been so long. They keep promising they're going to make a new one of it. Let me see. If I remember it, I'll let you know. So, to get into the basics of this game, we can roll by pressing A, like I said. If we hold A, we can run. That run really doesn't seem too much faster than than walking. And then we can press X to fire. And then we have to pick up our arrow. So you can hold X, and it zooms in, and then it shoots further. But you can't just shoot another arrow, you have to call it back to you. It's an interesting mechanic. So you could try to fire past something, bring it back, and look how the arrow just reflected there. Yes. Please let me start off by asking everybody to subscribe to my channel. If you came here for Titan Souls, sorry, but it's just not gonna have time to play it. Plus, I'm probably gonna be very bad at it. Now, I've seen this boss. There's just these little boss fights, and often it only takes one hit to win. But they're so difficult, it also only takes one hit to kill you, and they're crazy. So, if I hit this guy, yep. That was fast. And that was my first life. I am not a fan of brutally difficult things. I've aged or matured, as it were, out of that. Interesting. Oh. And because of that, games like this are not in particular the things that I'm looking for. Actually, I have to take a moment to readjust this window. In the demo, full screen mode did not work to my satisfaction. Let's see. And on top of that, so I'm in a windowed mode, and on top of that, I have a program that mimics whatever I press on my controller as a press on the mouse. So as I was playing, even though you probably didn't recognize it, I was actually moving the window further and further to the left-right corner. Alright, I've shot the arrow behind him. I'm gonna get nice and far back and drag the arrow back. Oh man. That's pretty brutal. I'm gonna possibly not even beat this boss, and I doubt the demo has all of them, and I know the demo does not have them in the right area. So I need to wait. Got him. And I drag the arrow out, and I get the Titan souls. That was pretty awesome. But the problem, and a real initial critique, since I am just playing the demo and I've already said I'm not gonna have time to play the full game, is that with that cool effect and everything, we didn't get anything. We didn't get an extra life, we didn't get ability to do anything, and as far as I understand, that is just going to be true for the entire game. You're going to go through all of these bosses, all of these titans, Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus is the name of the game. That's the name of the game. Glad I remembered that. So you don't get any ability, you don't get any improvement, you don't do anything, this is just boss rushing and the game in a lot of ways. Alright. So I don't really like that. I don't feel like there's enough here to keep my attention. I certainly am already seeing elements here that will irritate me quite a lot. I like games that when you die, you at least learn something, you improve somehow, you maybe unlock an item. You can certainly see that in my series, The Binding of Isaac, where we lost several times, and it unlocked things, it caused progression even when we lost. Now you can see the exact opposite in my frustration of the series FTL, Faster Than Light, where that was not the case, and I would lose and nothing would happen. I would just have to start over again, and that got very frustrating into the many episodes I did of that series in comparison to Isaac. And those are my first two series, and I have a bunch more series. Nope, no. I missed. I almost had it. This game certainly feels like it's a matter of milliseconds, if not nanoseconds, that they're giving you to solve it, take the right shot, and that would be great. This is kind of the opposite of a quick time event. It is a quick required event, but instead of being just press a button, it's actually complete a difficult action. And see, there's not enough time. I gotta shoot this when I have to shoot when they switch their hands. Let's go south and see if this demo gives us one more. I can tell you that I've seen people really play the game, and the bosses we've run into so far are in line with what the first level was, even though this layout is different. In a lot of ways, this feels kind of like just a partial part of a game. whereas I want to see more of it. I'd want to see more done. So this one's trick is a little bit more confusing. You have to shoot twice. Darn it. So it definitely feels like waiting and running and picking up your arrow is a better strategy than trying to. I'm trying to actually hit it from behind right now, just see if I can take the miss shot and use it. But the window here, just the window of being able to hit them is so low. This brain is staying in the air way more than it was staying on the ground. I wonder what it would do if I went up and walked to it. I would be afraid to do that because of the possibility of it still killing me if I touch it. So, yeah, it was in a block of ice. You had to shoot the arrow through the fire to melt the ice, and then you had to hit the brain. So, they're going to have different strategies. It is interesting to me just how many different strategies you could potentially create for boss fights. And this might be a great testament to how to spice up the standard boss fight, which often is not that interesting. You know, definitely this is a step away from the standard Nintendo. You have to do 3 hits to kill the boss. This time you only have to do 1, but it's incredibly difficult. Now, I would definitely consider playing Dark Souls, in fact, and Demon Souls. I've played the game. I haven't gotten all the way to the end. I eventually hit a choke point, a point where I could just not get any further. And so I would definitely play it again. I think maybe I would stop after I hit the point in which I couldn't progress, and that's not how I'd love to do game series. And that's another argument for me not to do this series, is that it's very possible I'd get 3/4 or to even the final boss and then just not be able to hit it. This one was actually the boss of the first area, so he is supposed to intentionally be more difficult. And the only other path is here, and this door isn't gonna open. So the Bloodborne series, I kind of want to play it. Unfortunately, I'm not equipped to play PlayStation 4 games or Xbox One games and record them. And I'm really not feeling like I have the amount of free time to play games and not record them. This is my career, this is the only thing I do. And if I'm going to play a video game, I need to record it, I need to show it to my fans, which I hope you will become. I guess that's the first video you've ever seen. Definitely I ask you click on my name, go to my main YouTube page, subscribe to my channel. Fan funding is enabled if you want to support me even more than that. almost had that. Often when you hit these difficult, difficulty-based games, which are not my forte. I love easy games. I love playing things on easy. I will play them on hard to show people the comparison, but if it can be easy, I'll make it easy. How did that miss? I think I have to shoot the arrow from straight on. Death after death after death. There's checkpointing's really not as good as it should be in this demo. Maybe in the game it's slightly better, but frankly you need a checkpoint save right in front of the door. If all your game is going to be about is fighting the boss, then all your game needs to be focused on getting you to that boss fight. So right out the door, I will give them points for not unnecessarily putting load screens in it, but I would take away a lot more points if there were load screens. One of my pet peeves and most hated things of games are load screens, and this area, this artistic design, this 3D mapping of this is top-down 2D more than it is 3D. Yeah, I wouldn't see any reason why you would make an argument this game would have load screens. Still, it's not completely instantaneous as you walk through these things. Alright, so I need to convince this guy. How can I manipulate this guy to be out of the way? Yeah, I'm not seeing a great strategy here. They're not making this strategy as obvious as it should be. This is really where other elements in your game come into the fact of being helpful. Just having a similar event occur earlier in the game, fighting a simple creature instead of a boss, using the same strategy. Games are all about teaching the player how you want to play it. And you can definitely see that if you go and watch Portal or my Portal 1 series. The developer commentary also has the creators of Portal explaining the concept very much. I mean, there really are so many elements that are missing when you just are going to make a game like this. Shadow of the Colossus was not just fighting bosses. Well, in a way it was, but in a way it wasn't. There was a lot of finding the bosses. There was a lot of figuring out how to mount the giant bosses, to find the secret spot. Is he growling? I don't think he growls, so it's not like I'm supposed to hit his... Now, notice the shoulder blades are moving out. It doesn't seem like I can run out the door. There we go. Let's go up to it and just walk. Okay, in this one in particular, I can't touch it and pull the arrow out. And all I can do is draw the arrow back. Woo! I was really feeling like I might not beat that boss and have to end this little spotlight before even getting 3 of the bosses done. I think the demo probably won't be much more than this. And the game, as far as I know, isn't much more of this. It's just a lot more bosses, but you find a boss in a area. I know there is a Zelda 1-esque forest maze, so that is one thing where you have to figure out how to get to the bosses, but I don't think there's going to be shops, I don't think there's going to be items, I don't think there's going to be health ups, nothing like that has sounded correct. This is a game I would probably have gotten and played if I wasn't so busy on YouTube recording right now. Full game released April 14th, 2015. I got 3 kills and 12 deaths. That took me 19 minutes and 20 seconds. And I don't know what those symbols mean, but I imagine they each indicate a boss, and then the last one means that I beat all of the game. And so that's the demo. That's a really great place to end the demo. Thanks to Digital Devolver, they always let they have an open policy about YouTubers playing, doing Let's Play and spotlights and critique like I'm doing. And so I knew immediately this was a game that I could, without having to do any extra research, spotlight and show off. In the options, the resolution says 1920 by 1080, but the full screen had some problems. Pad rumble, I didn't ever feel that in the demo. I'm using an Xbox 360 controller plugged into USB on my laptop, so I don't know what the deal is there. I'm sure that would be fixed easily in the full version. This is definitely a game I would play. I would give it a try. It's the type of game that I would give it a try, and if it got too frustrating, I'd give up, like I've done on a lot of games like this, but definitely something worth checking out. I hope the creators that made this game learn some things and can take their concepts and improve and have a more fleshed out, have more mechanics in a game. This is pretty simple. It is kind of a scientific question about how many different types of boss battles can you make. And I guess that's what they're out to prove in this game. And if you play it, then you're going to get to see all different types of game mechanics and such that you can put into boss battles. When you only give 1 or 2 hits to your bosses. Some of the bosses I think do have more than 1 hit. The frozen brain obviously required 2 hits. But yeah, so that's this spotlight. Thank you for watching. I end all my things asking you to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, comment on this video if you want to, and watch every second of all my videos, because all that stuff helps me with YouTube. Again, I have fan funding enabled. If you want to support me, help me have a little extra money so I can trying to get a new computer to play better and newer games, trying to have a safety net so that I can afford to buy a game as soon as it comes out and not even have to worry about that. And you can help me out with things like that by clicking on my name, Rydo. That'll take you to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. And any amount you donate will be greatly appreciated. It's really a statement of support more than an actual financial thing. That's how I take it. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google+, which would be great, or if you want to friend me on Steam or friend me on battle.net so you can play me at Hearthstone, which is what I'm spending all of this month doing because of the Blackrock Mountain expansion. All the information to find me and friend me on those services is down below in the description. Thank you for watching this. Have a good evening.